Ricky Ponting, probably out of that generation of Lara, Tendulkar, Dravid, Callas, the person I struggled to bowl to the most was Ricky Ponting. Short ball, he tried to hit you for 6 and he just marginally a little bit followed there, he hit you straight back down the ground. I just couldn't bowl at Ricky, he was probably the best player I played against. It'd probably have to be Kevin Peterson. Marcus Trescothick, I always say Marcus Trescothick was the best Englishman I played with, but KP was the best player I played with. He was, when he came into that team in 2004, he was, I mean, for about 4 years, he was 20% better than anybody in the world. He was so good. And he was just a freak of nature when it come to the big moments in games. Whenever the challenge was on, the big moments, the pressurised situation, Kev seemed to have this gear which he went into, which took the game away from the opposition. He was, for me, the best player. Joe Root might surpass him, but for me, he's probably the best player that's played for England in my generation until Joe Root finishes his career, and we'll see what Joe's numbers are. Darren Gough, growing up, I wasn't a massive cricket fan. I had really no interest in cricket until I was about 15, 16. I was always football, always no interest in it. I played 2 months of the year of cricket until later on, 16, 17, developed into a cricketer. But that sort of Ashes in, was it 95? Was it 95, 99 when he took the hat-trick? He'll tell us, because I've had that hat-trick story so many times. But growing up, I think everybody wanted to be like Darren Gough. Probably I'd want to be a footballer. If I wasn't a footballer, I'm not sure what I'd be. 10 GCSEs entered, 10 GCSEs not taken. Years for each one, because I was absent for everyone, so my education programme was never going to get me further in life, too far in life. I am a qualified bricklayer, but I don't see me going back on the tools January, February and March in this country to lay bricks, so I'm not sure what I would be, but they were the options. Edgbaston takes a beating on a Saturday, Sunday afternoon. Edgbaston is a brilliant atmosphere. Lords is always a different type of atmosphere, the Oval, especially when you're winning a series, because that's where you finish. But if I was picking a day to have out at the cricket, I'd probably go Saturday afternoon, Ashes series at Edgbaston. I'm not sure the atmosphere, it's like a raucous football crowd, and I think anybody that loves playing in the big stage, in the big atmosphere, and the crowd gets it, I think that does float your boat and gets you going. The 5 players, I'll stick with the 5 players I played with, and I probably have to stick with that 2005 group, which is so difficult. I'd probably say Trescothick at the top, who was arguably, I mean, we all know the story of what happened with Trez, but if he would have gone on and played 150 test matches, he was that good. Peterson as another batter, who was, like I mentioned earlier before, he's a freak of nature. The wicket keeper is the only one I'll have Geraint Jones, but if there was anybody outside that 2005 group, I probably would have had Alex Stewart, because to play with Stewie at the end of his career was an absolute privilege, and he's an unbelievable person and a phenomenal cricketer, Alex Stewart was. And 2 bowlers, I'm gonna cheat a little bit. Flintoff, probably one of the best all-rounders that we've ever produced. And Simon Jones, from only to play 17 test matches. It's criminal on English cricket because of, obviously his body didn't allow him to. So if I was picking 5 from that, I'd love to have picked the likes of Broad Anderson, Swanee and everything that goes with it, but I'll stick to the 2005 guys. So I have to have Geraint Jones, because he's the only wicketkeeper we had. Marcus Trescothick, Kevin Peterson, Andrew Flintoff and Simon Jones.